Welcome back to the hangar. The FPS module demo is finished. The Redeemer is in. I have one over there. Before I go check it out, I moved the Gladius into a different hangar room with the Hornet, so you can get a better idea of the, of how the scale is with it. I mean, you can see it's pretty much the same size as the Hornet. As far as just a couple of other things, now we've had the actual brochure out. So as far as we've got like a Gatling, which is confirmed, in this the ball turret. You've got two badges under the wing, and the two different missile types. You've got two heat-seeking missiles, and the others are dumbfire missiles. As far as the question I had about this thing underneath, that I wasn't sure what it was. General consensus would say it's a fuel tank. I mean, it does look like it detaches, as I said yesterday, which does make sense, I suppose. But it's fuel tank. I mean, there's nothing. If it would have been something that was supposed to detach, they definitely would have had specific mention of it in the brochure, but they don't. They don't mention it at all. But the Gladius is up for sale now. $90 for ship alone. $105 for the ship package. Doesn't come with LTI, and it's a permanent addition to the store. So let's head over to the Redeemer, which is the other new ship. As mentioned yesterday, it was going to be in today. The ship package, this is a bit more expensive than I expected it would be. The ship alone is $250. The package is $265. I got one here, as I said yesterday. I was going to pick one up temporary. I still had a bit of credit, and I had some cash set aside for the Carrack, which I'm expecting to be $250 or more. So yeah, it was definitely easy to pick this up, and I'll reuse those funds. So let's have a little bit around. This is the Aegis Redeemer. Have a little bit of look around outside, and we'll take a look inside. You got this bottom turret here, and there's like a similar one on top, which is further towards the back. There's a gun here under the actual cockpit bay. You got these big Gundam types style engines or thrusters that open up. You got a loading bay at the back, which is, which is how you get in. It's a bit of a bummer the size of this ship. I don't think there's any way we can actually climb on the roof, but we'll go check it out inside. The brochure's out. It's up on the store, as I said. I'll put links in the description to the store pages for this, and also to the FPS demo, which has now been launched. I'll give some ideas, some impressions on the FPS demo shortly, but let's just go take a look inside here. Ooh. Before we go inside, quickly, I mean, as far as the default loadout on it, the turrets, both the top and bottom turrets, both of them have Klaus and Werner CF117 Badger repeaters, which is the same, same guns that come in the turret, but by default the Super Hornet. The other gun here at the front is is twin-mounted Knightsbridge Arms 11 series broadswords. Not weapons I've used, or not weapons I've not used any of the broadswords. I mean, the ones you can actually pick up in store. It's not ones I've actually used myself, so I'm not really sure how they are. They're also we have two Class 3 hardpoints, which has some missiles, which listed it says they're at the base of the wing. Base of the wing. So base of the wing on each side. I don't quite see them on the base of the wing. And the base of the wing to me would mean the underside of the wing. Obviously this is the thruster. So I'm not seeing the missiles. But so basically there's two Class 3 hard points at the base of the wing, which is the missiles. There's a Class 4 hard point in the nose, which is the broadsword. Then we got 2 class 5 hard points, which is the turrets, which have badger repeaters, as I said. The crew for this ship is max crew of 5, plus there's a crew capacity of 6 for drop when used as a drop ship. It's basically, this is a gunboat, but it's also used as a dropship for dropping troops down. So I'd imagine it, in the FPS module, you're going to go down on the planet or something like that, and you have the troops here. You have the 6 troops, maximum of 6 troops in, and you can actually drop them off inside, down the bottom. I mean, cargo capacity is 32 freight units, which isn't a lot, but you don't expect really to use much cargo here. So let's have a wander inside and see what we can see. I mean, as you come in the room, the first room here, obviously the hatch where you leave, this is the actual room where the troops would sit for the gunship. You can't actually sit in these seats, but you can see there's 6 seats here for the actual troops to sit in, strap themselves in while it's deploying. First aid section. There's a first aid kit here, and as far as the troops getting out, you've got this exit port at the bottom, so this could actually open up, and the Marines could just jump out or para out. Let me just close up the door if I can. There we go. I do like the door sound in that. It's pretty good. So yeah, we've got some locker space as well for the Marines. This is the lower turret seat. You can't actually get in the turrets yet. If you remember seeing the demos, because this was basically the TNGS winner ship, the next Swedish starship, and as far as the turrets, they showed us in one of their own videos the little animals getting into the turrets. Basically, you sit in the chair, it straps you in, and the chair the whole system will shoot forward into the actual turret position, but you can't actually get into it yet. You can see what's going to happen. So you're going to go. The turret is through there. You sit in the chair. The little door will open up, and your chute will seat will move forward to put you into the turret position. As we come up the stairs here, we should have the crew quarters and the access to the top turret. I mean, just look. These stairs are pretty steep. So we'll go to the. Let's go to the back first. So this is the crew quarters, and this is the top turret access, which again, the top turret isn't working as yet. You got crew quarters. You have a couple of beds here, which also aren't working yet. So you got this little display here, this screen here, which gives you some stats, etc. You got a couple of beds, as I said. Table here with some benches, some storage, little kitchen area. There's like a coffee pot, some cups, some Aegis mugs. So if you go towards the back, this is where you have the cargo area. See what we're going to open up here. This is a cargo area. And we've got a shower. A shower and a toilet on each side. Oh, this one's actually got a separate toilet and sink. What's this little digital readout? It's like a digital toilet, hot and cold. There's no glass in the mirror. Purge and flush to the toilet. You've got it. That's quite cool. So if you're doing number ones, you can just flush the toilet. Can you actually use it? You can actually use the toilet. Back in the days of the Constellation, where you could sit on the toilet and use it. Damn, that's pretty good. Look down, plop, 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 plop. It'd be funny if you actually looked down and you saw a floater. How awesome would that be? Well, not really. But yeah, so you've got the 2 buttons on the toilet. One is to purge, and one is to flush. I would imagine if you do number ones, you would just flush the loop to keep it clean, and if you do a number 2, you'll purge it to eject the waste. So warning: do not use in space dock. I mean, maybe purge actually just drops the stuff out at the bottom, which would be a bad. Shell looks pretty cool. Cargo spaces, this is the cargo bay. It's limited cargo area, but you can actually get into the cargo bay, which is, you know, I suppose you don't really want to climb in the cargo bay, do you? But it gives you an idea of what's there and how much cargo there is. I'm not sure how you're looking at the back there. It looks like there's hinges on the back, so you probably get access to that from the rear somehow and load in. But this crew area is pretty compact. There's a lot here. You know, you got a kitchen area here, some storage here, some beds, some tables to sit down and munch. You got a bathroom, toilet, and like a monitor screen here to actually do to keep an eye on what you're doing, keep an eye on progress of your missions, etc. And you got the turret to the top. So let's move forward and see what we have up here. As we move forward here, this is the engineering bay and the crew station. So here you got two crew stations. So basically it's a 5 crew ship. So you got the crew stations here. So there's no seats here, unfortunately. So if you're working these stations, you'll be standing. You got the 2 crew stations here. This is like the engineering part, which is where you get access to obviously you got the screen to check the status of the thrusters, things like that, I would imagine. The crew station's at the front, and if we move into the front, there's some more screens here showing off more stats of the ship, and then we have the cockpit, the tactical cockpit. Oh, I do like that. I like the way that ship moves. And look, you got the stick. The stick and the throttle built into the chair. Sit in and turn it. Oh, here we go. So, the cockpit's pretty. It's pretty. The visibility is okay. It's not amazing. Oh, look, his hands are not on the sticks. Probably looked at the hands are not. As if his wrists are broken. They're bent backwards. But you can see, you know, from here you got full command of everything. So this is the pilot seat. As it's a 5 crew ship, it'd be interesting to know exactly how much the pilot can see, you know, and how much the pilot can do. Sorry, and how much the other crew members will need to do. Yeah, looking at his hands are busted or broken. That's obviously a bug. Rather than having his hands on the stick, they're broken backwards. Each one's broken backwards with the wrists. So have a look inside the turret at the bottom if we can. So yeah, so you can see that's where the hatch there is where you would come through with the chair. The whole chair would slide through on these runners up to the front, and you got the stick and the throttle there. Let's have a look around more with the no clip, see if we can find the missiles. So yeah, okay, so this is the cargo bay. As I said, it did look like there was a hatch at the back. So at the bottom here, this is the hatch to enter, and above it, that hatch, the hatch slightly above it, which I can't quite scroll up anymore because of the way the no clip works. It's centered around the center of the ship, and if I go up anymore, you see the top here. But yeah, so that's the bay to actually get into the cargo space. Obviously, you'll need like a cargo loader for that because it's up much higher than the actual ship itself. But these I do like these engines. Yeah, looking at the brochure page, it actually lists the ship is having 5 spark-free missiles on each side, and it's listed them on the actual stat sort of the image of the ship as being on the back of this rear section here, one on each side. I don't actually see anything here. I'm kind of also a little bit curious what these things are here. If you look, here, right in the center here, this you've got one of these on each side. I wonder what that is. And also these things here that look like they pop out. There's like fins. I mean, there's like 9 on each side. I'm not sure specifically if they are supposed to pop out, or if it's just like vents, maybe. But these things here look pretty cool. Maybe some sort of sensors. Overall, it's a very interesting looking ship, and we did all have it in our hangars before. I mean, when they first won, you know, when they won the announced to win the TNGS, they had it put it that last weekend when it was the final 2. They put the final 2 of the models inside everybody's hangars, but we couldn't actually see them from the outside. We only saw them on the inside. But here's a better look at the cargo bay. So this is the door to get in, to actually get in the ship on board, and just above it here is like the hatch for the cargo. And as I said, there's like 32 units of cargo. So you'd need some sort of cargo loader to kind of put that in. I'm just trying to check up on the side again, just to see if it is. You can visibly see the missiles externally, but they don't. So they must be internal and you know, come out on cue or come out as you load them. So yeah, so that is the Redeemer. As I said, interesting looking ship. It's not one I'm kind of intended on keeping around. As I do plan on just keeping it until the Carrack comes along, and then melting this and using the funds from this to get myself a Carrack, which is something I want really more. I mean, a gunship's not really what I want. I mean, I am interested in like a boarding ship, and I'm hoping that the polls for the concepts, the winner is going to be one of those. I mean, currently, at the moment, for the 60 million gold, the poll is pretty much neck and neck between the assault boarding craft and the transport ship, like the public transport ship, like a big space bus. I'm hoping the assault ship wins. Other than that, I mean, the event itself today, I mean, the FPS module, we had a first look at the FPS, and just like everything else in this game, the level of detail with the FPS is amazing. I mean, when you're just looking at them, when they was just showing out the models, I mean, inside the helmet, you see that the glass fogging up as he breathes in the helmet, and as you run, and you get kind of more out of breath. You see more breath on the glass. It's such little levels of details like that are really crazy. But as far as the FPS mechanics themselves, from what they showed us, it definitely looked very good. There's like some zero gravity sections. It looks a bit more fast paced than I expected. I mean, I was talking a lot about it being more tactical, but from the demo they gave us, which is especially with 4 people, it was like two aside, like 2v2, but it did seem very, you know, more fast paced than I expected. Not quite Call of Duty sort of, or Battlefield sort of fast paced, but there didn't seem to be as much tactic from the demo. But that's probably just the way it was played. I mean, if you think about it, it's there's a chance of permadeath here. So if you die, you're out of the fight. There's no respawn mechanic. So if you die, you don't come back in and get another life. So once people obviously start thinking that, they will be a lot more careful. They will be a lot more careful in what they do, and the tactics definitely will come in play if they're doing it properly, right? Because you definitely you know, don't want to kind of screw your team up or your side up and sacrifice a life for nothing. But yeah, I'm gonna end this up now, and I'll put the links in the bottom to all of the pack stuff, the FPS video, the store page for the Redeemer, which has the brochure, which you should go check out. And there's a Gladius video up I had put up yesterday. I had linked the the details, the new information for that in the description for that also. If anything else specifically you guys want to see, just let me know. If you want to see something specific about this or any ship that I have in my hangar, you can come head over to my Twitch channel when you see I'm streaming. I stream Star Citizen maybe free, sometimes 4 times a week now. It's basically every other day. I normally stream Star Citizen every second day, and the alternate days we play some other random stuff. Yesterday we was playing some Evolve Alpha. There's a lot of other stuff coming out, but Star Citizen is and always will be my focus, because isn't it the game that we all want to play more than anything in the world? It definitely is for me. So as we get more of this game, I expect to be buried in this and not really doing much of anything else, honestly. You can't close the door once you open it. It's a shame. And you can't open the hatch, which is also a shame. But yeah, so links in the description below for Twitter and Twitch if you want to get notified when I stream or for new videos. Feel free to follow, like, subscribe. All appreciated, guys. Thanks very much. Bye bye.